Well, hello everyone, and happy New Year to you. Welcome back to school. It's a shame that we can't be together for the next few weeks, but hopefully we will be soon after that. Well, you would think with Brexit and going into lockdown again, and exams being cancelled, and the vaccination programme, there would be no room for anything else on the news. But Donald Trump is not to be defeated, and of course, he's managed to get himself on the front pages yet again, even with everything else that's already going on this side of the Atlantic. Extraordinary scenes in America in the last few days. A crowd whipped up by his speech, besieging the Capitol, their equivalent of our parliament, breaking in, sadly, people being killed in the process, disrupting the proceedings of the US Congress. And it's been an extraordinary finish, really, to the Trump presidency. There's just a couple of weeks left of it. But it's shown us again the difference between power in our world and power as Jesus wielded it. Donald Trump seems to have used power most of the way through his presidency to big up his own ego, to promote his family, perhaps to make money, we don't know, but he seems to have done quite well out of it. A classic use of human power, and don't so many monarchs and presidents and prime ministers do the same? Yet how different was Jesus' use of power? We looked at these verses in the letter to the Philippians in the New Testament last term, but I thought it's well worth hearing them again in the context of what's been happening in America. Jesus Christ, who was in very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but made himself nothing, taking the very nature of a servant. Jesus, despite being the Son of God, despite being divine, despite being the creator of the world and the universe, made himself nothing, becoming a servant. How different that is to the use of so much human power. He didn't see his status as the Son of God as something to be exploited, something to exalt himself, but he came into the world to serve. It's an extraordinary thing. And so I hope there are two things we can learn from that. One is to give thanks. One is to give thanks to Jesus Christ, who was willing to do that for us. That in order to bring forgiveness for sin to the human race, in order to reach out to us, he was willing to serve us and become nothing. But also there's a challenge in the different positions of power that we may hold. If you're even a watch captain in Dunbar, a sports team captain, a chief of college, you may go on in the future to become a student union rep. You may go on to run your own business. Some of you may even go on to run the country and stand in parliament in many years to come. Do we see power as an opportunity for our own egos, for our own money making, to serve our own purposes? Or do we see the different positions of power that we may find ourselves in as an opportunity to serve others? Well, I hope as we reflect on the difference between President Trump and the Lord Jesus Christ and the way power is used and misused in so many different human societies, that we may reflect on that over the coming weeks.